Look at this shark, isn't he neat? Wouldn't you think that Jeff is so sweet? Wouldn't you think he's the one that nobody can...
Wait, don't go into a full-blown musical in here. Love me a good musical, but I don't have the production budget for that. Or the licensing budget to pay Disney. But anyway, yes, Jeff the Land Shark. Look at this cute little critter. Nobody would ever hurt him, right? If you thought that, well, you're wrong. In a team-based shooter like Marvel Rivals, everyone is a target. And that includes the sweet, lovable face here. Quick crash course. Who is Jeff the Land Shark? He was created by Morok Superior and was later adopted by Gwenpool when she was in the West Coast Avengers. He changes owners a few times in the comics, with the likes of Deadpool and Kate Bishop. And he's just an all-around good boy with his own Infinity comic called It's Jeff. In Marvel Rivals, he's recently escaped from the Collector's theme park and is now trying to prove he's a hero. Crash course over, let's carry on. Jeff is a strategist with healing capabilities and an important part of any squad in Marvel Rivals. Which brings us to lesson number 1 in any team shooter. Be sure to remember this, little snacks. Lesson number 1. Protect your strategists. You see, all members of the squad are important. Vanguards keep the squad protected and moving. Duelists take down the enemies and chase them down. But strategists keep the squad alive. And if the strategist goes down, guess who's next, you silly fishies? That's right. The next person that the enemy will flatten is you. Besides, do you really want to see poor Jeff getting beaten up like this? Another thing you can do is not steal the health pack from your strategists. They can heal you, but their self-healing isn't as guaranteed. Give them the health pack, let them heal you, and they get the sweet ult charge as well. So pay some attention to your friendly strategists. They're already working their butts off to top off your health. The least you can do is turn around and help them out with whoever is diving on them, peel back from chasing after someone else for a bit, and go for the enemy that's harassing your squad mate. Not only do you get a knockout, but you also help keep your squad afloat. Now, which heroes are likely to be diving the backline? You got the likes of Spider-Man, Black Panther, Magic, Star-Lord, Iron Fist, and Psylocke among the duelists. And on occasion, you might see one of the vanguards like Venom and Hulk trying to snack or smack your friendly strat. So when the strategist calls for help, one of the vanguards or duelists or even a fellow strategist better be ready to peel back. But what do you do if you got a squad full of randoms too tunnel visioned on their KO ratio? Because, let's be real, randoms aren't always reliable. Well, you adapt for this game and hope to Helheim that the next game you play has better squad mates. Let's look at the strategists and who you might have to switch to if the enemy has a competent dive comp. Adam Warlock may be the slowest of the strategists when it comes to movement speed. He doesn't really have any movement abilities for a quick getaway. The closest thing he has for it is his passive, Regenerative Cocoon, which turns him into a ghost that can fly away to reforge his body elsewhere when he dies. Cloak and Dagger will have difficulty on the self-healing aspect, with only Dagger's right-click ability, Dagger Storm, creating a limited area of healing. Any damage sustained by this duo is dangerous. The best move will be to switch to Cloak, blind the enemy with the E ability Terror Cape, and either fight or fly away. Jeff has Hide and Seek, which allows him to dive into the environment and swim fast in the ground and even up walls. It also provides him a nifty passive healing while under terrain, which increases his chances of running away from the enemy and rejoining his squadmates. Know the map well enough, and you'll be able to outmaneuver the enemy, and, if you dare risk it, even lead them on a wild goose chase, or shark chase in this case. Loki, meanwhile, can swap places with a doppelganger using their F ability, Devious Exchange, and has their right-click ability, Deception. They go invisible, leaving an illusionary doppelganger behind, and heal themselves along the way. And you cannot believe the number of times I've seen enemies fall for this. Watching an Iron Fist pummel one of my doppelgangers is pretty low-key funny. On the other hand, Luna Snow doesn't have an active escape ability, but she does have the passive, Smooth Skate. A short run forward is enough momentum for her to start ice skating, which increases her movement speed and even lets her have higher jumps. Not only that, but she also has her right-click ability Absolute Zero, which lets you throw a snowball at enemy to freeze them in their tracks. Mantis has a similar escape plan to Luna. With her left shift ability Spore Slumber, she can put the nearest enemy to sleep for a few seconds, enough time to make a getaway, combined with her passive ability, Nature's Favor, which increases her movement speed when out of combat for a long enough amount of time. And, lastly, Rocket Raccoon. Depending on who you ask, Rocket might be the most equipped to deal with enemy divers. With his passive ability Wild Crawl, that lets him wall run, and his left shift ability Jetpack Dash. He's got a quick getaway plan like a proper Guardian of the Galaxy. Not only that, he's got the E ability Fatal Rebirth Beacon, aka BRB, to revive so long as it's active, and he got his guns to fight back too. With almost all the current strategists having some sort of movement or crowd control ability, knowing these escape plans and being familiar with the map and routes will serve you well in solo queue. I personally suck at remembering the map layouts, but I at least know how to move with Jeff and Loki to escape enemy divers. What other things can you do to avoid getting dived? Aside from not being a strategist, which isn't always an option, you can opt to stick close to your vanguard at all times. Grouping up is an important part of a team shooter after all. And you can also avoid cosmetics that announce your presence, like Jeff's incognito dolphin costume, which, ironic to the name, makes you a bigger, pinker, and more obvious target to the enemy squad. But also, it's your game. Dress however you like, whether it's advantageous or not. Slay girl. Or in this case, be slain, I guess? So, little snacks, let's review. How to make sure your squad strategist survives a dive comp. 1. Heal and protect. And 2. Give them health packs. And if you're a strategist with incompetent squad mates, number 1. Adapt and swap. Number 2. Have an escape plan. Number 3. Know how to move. Number 4. Be familiar with the map. Number 5. Stick with your squad. And number 6. Optional. Don't wear flashy costumes. Got that? Good job! Now, be a good boy like Jeff and go get some GGs in Marvel Rivals. I'll see you all on the battlefield. Bye!